Well,
Yeah, man.
how you doing?
Chilling. Let's get it.
Yes, I'm just getting home, trying to get myself situated.
Yeah.
Everyone had a good weekend.
Yeah. Very good. My Giants won. Let's go.
Yo, yo. I know you're ready to tell the Shia tomorrow.
What's up?
You said what?
Hey, what you said?
I'm doing pretty good this summer, Q. How about yourself? You said what?
Mm. Yes. We ain't fit of Philly. Philly going down next week, boy. Let's go. Giants Nation, let's go. Where y'all at? Fuck Philly. Just like we took down the Vikings, we taking down the Eagles next week, yo. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Giants all day. That's the only fucking team I care about. Fuck all y'all other teams, man. Big Blue or it's nothing. Philly going down next week. Shout out to my New York Knicks who bust Detroit Pistons ass. Shout out to Julius Randle. Playing like an all-star. You know where it is. You know where it started at. New York City, the Mecca. Show respect. The Niners, they going down too. They got us face up. We ain't afraid of no team. Niners, Eagles, Brady. We don't care. They all could go down. Nah, I don't rep no Brooklyn Nets, boy. Only Knicks. That's my team I grew up with. This is a Knicks city right here.
Okay, let me get myself situated.
Philly going down. Philly going down. I don't care what quarterback it is that they got, Jalen or whoever. Dallas going down tomorrow too. Brady gonna bust their ass. Just as a Giants fan, I want to see them lose. I want to see Brady pick them apart tomorrow night. Raiders are garbage. They ain't going nowhere. They've been trash. Slayton did his thing though. He made up for it. Defense was great. Daniel Jones was great. Saquon MVP. We here, man. We're gonna be a problem for a lot of teams, especially when they ain't pick us to go far. They ain't pick us to have a winning season. They thought we was done. We're about to show them. Minnesota was the first one. Philly gonna be next week. Mike was good.
What's up, bud? Oh, Jesus. All right, I'm gonna start this in about 10 minutes.
Chilling, man. Chilling. I just saw my team annihilate the Minnesota Vikings. It was great. I loved it, especially when nobody picked us to win. That's how you shut the haters up.
So your boy Kanye got married.
I saw. Kanye.
What is up with black men dating ugly white girls?
I don't know. You tell me, shit. I don't know. If she gonna be white, she gotta be pretty. I don't want no bony ass white girl now.
Let me stop. I love that Spice One review we did.
That was dope. That was dope. Definitely enjoyed that.
So would you listen to more of his discography?
Oh yeah, he could rap. I just wasn't like a huge fan when he first came out. I mean, I'd rather listen to him than E40 though.
You just do not like E40.
Mr. Tongue tied himself and shit. The tongue twister. You know.
All I know is this week's gonna be a dope week for reviews.
Yeah.
No, BJ wants to do one of the reviews.
He ain't coming on here, man. He always say that. We still waiting for him to start his channel already. BJ, where you at? I know you lurking in here somewhere. Get your ass on here.
Ronnie said better lyricist, Spice or Snoop. I gotta go with Spice.
At this point, it's Spice. Like I said, I think Snoop Dogg's best lyrical album was Doggy Style. He ain't been the same after that.
I never asked you, what did you think of the Dogfather album?
Who?
His second album.
The Dogfather?
Mm-hmm.
The Dogfather album was dope. It was a solid album. I would say it's a classic. I don't think it's a classic. I think it was a good album. But clearly Dr. Dre was missing from that album.
Right.
But it was good. Dope, a nice.
I didn't like everything. I feel like some of the production was kind of weak. I felt like some of the production was kind of weak.
You feel like it was weak?
Yeah, some of the production.
I thought it was a lot of songs on there. You said a lot of songs, but I think it's a decent sophomore. It wasn't nothing like Doggy Style though. It was disappointing when it came out. Like a lot of people seem to think it's a classic. Many years later, nobody was saying that when it dropped in was it '96 that came out?
It's not a classic. They're just saying that because it has a Death Row title on it.
Yeah, not a classic. Decent sophomore album, not a classic. I still got his No Limit stuff is still better than that. The Last Meal was great. I love the Top Dog and was it The Game Is to Be Sold Not Told? I think that's his best shit on No Limit. Those 3 albums.
I hate The Game Is to Be Sold Not Told.
I don't know, man. And I wasn't a No Limit fan, and I think that's his best shit. Like that's his best 3 albums on one label.
I feel like Pay the Cost and Rhythm and Gangsta gets highly underrated.
Rhythm Gangsta was great too. RNG was dope. Pay the Cost was solid. Blue Carpet Treatment was great. And then you get into his whack shit like Kool-Aid and Ego Tripping and Madison Wonderland. Them 3 shits was garbage.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? He had like a good 3 album run on No Limit, and then he got to those 3 albums later on that was trash.
Sexual eruption.
Y'all are like slow because we clearly just said pay to the Costa Rica, the boss, and Blue Carpet Treatment. I don't know why you asking me the same shit.
Probably the stupid connection.
Did they not see the Snoop Dogg discography breakdown we did? I know y'all was here. You shouldn't be asking me what I think about this album. We already talked about that.
You don't got this album, do you?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know. I think Eric sent me one of his albums in the mail coming. I don't know if it's this one or one of the other ones. This is like one of the more expensive ones from him for some reason.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Like some of his other ones are cheaper. I didn't like this one is the most expensive one.
All right, let me share this album, and then we can start this shit. I gotta make me some dinner after this album review.
Yeah, I heard about Boldy James. He got in a car accident.
Oh, you serious? Oh shit.
Yeah, he's alive though, but he had like a neck injury and some foot injuries and shit.
All right, let me pull up my
Yeah,
notes.
yeah.
Well,
Boldy James, and Nicholas Craven. That album was on my honorable mentions when we did the best albums of last year.
all right, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Hip Hop Review. It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
Today we are going to talk about Mac Miller with his third studio album, Good AM. This came out in September 18, 2015 on Remember Music on the Warner Brothers. You know what I'm saying? The singles it came out with was 100 Grandkids and Weekend. Producers include Bad Boxes, Christian Rich, Charlie Handsome, DJ Dahi, Drew Bird, FKI, Frank Dukes, ID Labs, Sat, Seven Thomas, Sean Money XL, Slegren, Soundwave, Tyler the Creator, and Vinyls. Guest appearances include Ab Soul, Lil B, Miguel, Chief Keef, and Lil Dragon. All right, you know how we do it. We're going to get about how we got into the artist. I'm going to start off with Try as usual.
Mac Miller. Mac Miller might be. I always mention this dude. He might be the my favorite artist of the last 10 years because he was just on the grind. And you already had that stigmata about white MCs. Everybody compares themselves to Eminem after his success. You know what I'm saying? And I was hearing a lot of that when Mac came out and when Chris Webby came out and Hoodie Allen. There's a lot of MCs that came out in the last 10 years that a lot of them ain't even here no more. And not because of they died or whatever, but they just wasn't hitting. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, like, when I watched when he came out with the Kids mixtape and he came out with Knock Knock, I didn't like that song. I just thought that shit was like super duper commercial. I used to see the video on MTV all the time. Never liked it. Then I heard the mixtape and I was like, yo, like this dude can actually flow. You know what I'm saying? He's rhyming. You could tell he got that rhyming cloth from like the 90s. He's the nostalgia. His music, it just sounds like 90s hip hop. His videos were like, funny. He had like, a wit in his lines and he looked like a guy that just liked to have fun and he was all about music and he blew up and ended up getting a MTV reality show and I believe he was the first independent artist to go multi-platinum.
Oh, wow.
If I'm not mistaken. I believe he was the first independent rapper to go multi-platinum. You know what I'm saying? But like every project, like he just kept elevating. Like he went from like rapping on like Lord Finesse beats. You know what I'm saying? And then having Lord Finesse, be get mad at him and sue him because he was freestyling on one of his beats or whatever. And that made Lord Finesse look bad. And I know Lord Finesse was a legend, DITC and all that. I just felt like that was some petty shit that he did. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I mean, think about how many artists were during the mixtape era that were rhyming on people's beats. 50 Cent made a whole career out of that. And you listen to any G Unit mixtape, that's all they were doing was like rhyming on other people's beats. And I felt like when Finesse like sued Mac for that, I'm like, that's petty shit. If anything, he's actually making your music relevant again to this generation that don't know who the fuck Lord Finesse is or DITC. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like when he went from like rapping on Lord Finesse beats to actually producing his own shit and then having like the Larry Fisherman moniker and then he started like singing like on his choruses and shit. It's like yo, he just kept elevating with his music, and every mixtape or album he came out with, I was there for him. The Kids mixtape, Best Day Ever, Macadelic, Faces. Then he drops Blue Slide Park, great album, debut album. Watching Movies with the Sound Off. This album we're about to talk about. Every project he did, I was there for. You know what I'm saying? And he's done just about every like collabs with everybody in the game. Like I say, like he was even planning a whole collab album with Pharrell. It was gonna call it Pink Slime. They actually dropped 2 songs, but they never put out the album, and they were coming out with a clothing line as well for the album. Never came out with the album or the clothing line. And I know he's done an album with Madlib that's yet to come out. I think his estate has that. So Madlib is just waiting for them to give them the green light. But just about everybody in the game he's worked with, you know what I'm saying? He's done shit with everybody, and that's the type of respect that they had for him. And he was battling his demons at the same time. Like he was dating that Ariana Grande. He was actually on Ariana Grande's first single when she first came out with her first album, and we know about that breakup, and he took it bad, and he was hooked on lean and a lot of shit. Um, he was living in Cali once he blew up, and then he ended up moving from Cali to New York. They talked about that in the documentary, and he was like one of those very few, or I don't want to say very few, because they were like at that time in the 2010s, they were like when Cole was coming up and Kendrick, you know what I'm saying, and it was like they were great. It was like people were like leaving out Mac out of that conversation for whatever reason. I just felt like this man's discography is flawless, and you can't really say that for a lot of those artists from his class of like the 2010s. You know what I'm saying, and Wiz Khalifa was like his best friend. They went to the same high school in Pennsylvania, and that's how really I really come to know about Mac was through Wiz Khalifa, because Wiz Khalifa did stuff with him, and he was just great, man. He was just great. He was just full of life. I think the best Tiny Desk performance I ever seen was Mac Miller. Like with him performing with the live band, that was one of the best. You know what I'm saying? And I love most of the Tiny Desk performances, but I think that was like top 3 for me. Like just seeing him as one of his last performances ever, just seeing him like have fun with the band, the live band, and all that, and then incorporating the live band and the R&B into his music later on with the Feminine Divine album, and with Swimming, and actually got the Swimming album, and Circles, and his music took on a different life, compared to when you first hear Kids, and then when you hear like an album like Circles or Swimming, it took on a different he just got deeper with his music, you know what I'm saying? And it was like a different artist at that time, and he was great. He was great. It's a shame that he's no longer here, and I think with this album we're about to talk about, he talked a lot about death, a lot about depression, and struggling to um struggling, to be in the celebrity spotlight, and everything that comes with fame, and not wanting to see his mom, be sad and cry for him. There's a lot of darkness with this album that we're about to talk about, and I think this is like, at least for me, like one of the first signs of his demise, because before then I don't remember him like going. I mean, you had some of that on watching movies with the sound off, but I don't remember ever like listening to one of his projects and being like, yo, like this is like really some dark shit he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is like one of the first projects where you start to see the change in his lyrics and his content, because he was still going through it. You know what I'm saying? Even though like he wanted to move away from Cali and get and sober up and go to rehab and all that, but you could tell like he was still like fighting his demons, and it's always the great ones that we lose. We never lose None of these clowns that's making garbage ass music. It's always the legends that we end up losing to something. You know what I'm saying? And he's just another legend that that we sadly lost in hip hop.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that. I'm gonna be real with y'all.
Big Sean ain't fucking with Mac Miller. You crazy? Come
What?
on, BJ. You from my class now. Like you talking craziness.
Oh hell no.
Big Sean. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with y'all and shit.
I totally disagree with that. The Big Sean not even on his level. We're not even on in Kendrick and Cole conversation. I'll put Drake before I put Big Sean in there. Oh man. What have you all learned since we've been on here for like 5-6 years?
I'm gonna be real with you. I never, when I was growing up, I was not like the biggest Mac Miller fan like that. I respected his talent, but I started listening more of his music after he died. I'm just being straight up real with y'all and stuff like that too. You know, this is actually the first Mac Miller album I've actually heard in full, to be real. And I'm gonna say my thoughts on that, but I do feel like he's definitely one of the most lyrical. From what I've heard, he's definitely one of the most lyrical and prolific artists of his generation. His production it was always unique and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Very relatable, especially when he talked a lot about his personal life and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Definitely can't wait to talk more about his discography and stuff like that too. I feel like this wasn't a good place to start at. You know what I'm saying? If y'all have any more album recommendations, just let me fucking know.
All of them. Blue Slide Park, Swimming, Circles, because those are like a sequel albums that go together. All of them. His mixtapes, Macadelic, one of his best mixtape albums, Kids mixtape, all of them I suggest.
Bet.
We could just do a whole discography breakdown for Mac Miller. That's how much.
Hey,
That's how much I like him. I will listen to anything from Mac Miller before I do Big Sean.
I agree on that. I've never cared for Big Sean like that.
No, overrated. He's like the Midwest version of Fabulous, and you know how I feel about Fabulous too.
Damn.
And Fab a good spitter, but he had no classics.
Yeah. All right. For those who don't know who Mac Miller is, he's an artist, producer, rapper, born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? His mom was Jewish and his father was Christian and whatnot. So he was growing up in like a Catholic school and stuff like that, where he played like football and lacrosse. And while he was growing up, he taught himself how to do a lot of musical instruments like the piano, guitar, the drums by the age of 6. He didn't really start rapping until he was like 14 because excuse me, originally he wanted to be a singer and stuff like that too. But he just loved the hip hop music and he just started like doing like a lot of like open mics, parties, started rapping and stuff like that. He originally went by the name Easy Mac, and he dropped the mixtape, but my Mac Ain't Easy when he was 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? And by the late 2000s, he got like a lot of love for his mixtapes, like the High Life, the Jukebox Prelude to the Class Clown. And it wasn't until 2010 he signed into the independent label Rostrum Records, where he dropped pretty much what was fucking out? Oh shit, he dropped. Excuse me. The kids mixtape. Yeah, he dropped the kids mixtape at that time and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of people say that was a fucking classic mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I heard song. I need to hear like the whole project and stuff like that too. So yeah, man.
You gotta check out songs like Nike's on My Feet.
Maggie's on my. Okay.
Yes, and wear my hat. That's like the video for that is like crazy. Like he's talking about like getting with a chick and the chick trying to wear his snapbacks and all that. And like I said, like he was all for the culture. And when you look at his videos and you hear his, like the tracks, it just He already had that 90s cloth in him. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah,
didn't sound like nobody else that was out at that time. He was like a throwback to the 90s.
right. Hey James, what's up? We don't really play a lot of music during the reviews just to avoid copyrights and stuff like that. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But yeah, welcome to the chat. Hope you like this review. So yeah, man. And so the success of that mixtape led him into the 2011 freshman class double XL, and that was pretty much one of the most famous double XL freshman category because it had people like Kendrick,
Mm,
YG,
mm.
unfortunately Meek Mill, Big
What you mean
Crit.
unfortunate?
I never cared for Meek Mill.
Ah man. Do I gotta put some respect on Meek Mill on my channel?
You like Meek Mill?
I got his first album. His first album is a
Oh,
classic.
oh
Dreams
wow.
and Nightmares is a classic. Let's not throw
Oh,
shade on Meek Mill
come
now.
on.
We already did that to Justin
Don't
Timberlake.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Let's not throw
Try.
shade to Meek Mill.
Try.
I fuck with
Really?
Meek Mill. I fuck with Meek Mill.
I'm surprised you
If
fuck
I
with
fuck
me.
with the artist, then the artist is dope. You know what I'm
I
saying?
fuck with
There
Wale
ain't too
over
many
Meek
artists
Mill.
that I come on here and I be like, yo, this artist is dope, and they end up being whack. Meek Mill is a dope artist.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I like about Meek? He didn't fucking stay in the shadow of Rick Ross like Wale did. You know
okay,
what I'm
I'll give
saying?
you that. I'll
Let's
give you
remember
that.
that. Meek Mill went off on his own. He ain't stay like Wale did.
I'll give you that, but I
Dreams and
never
Nightmares
cared
is a
for
classic album. I fuck with Meek.
him, especially when he was beefing with fucking Drake. I don't even get me started on that shit. But and I'm not even a
Yeah.
Drake
Who was
fan.
paying
I'm not
attention
even
to that battle? Like, who was paying attention really? Like, who was really paying attention to that?
paying
Because
attention to
if
what.
you ask me, Drake's pen is still in question anyway. So I'm not buying like him trying to battle Pusha T. Like, come on, you don't even write your rhymes, bro. Your penmanship is still in question. You know what I'm saying?
Remember when
Drake
he
is
tried to
good for what he do, but he's not a lyricist. Keep it a buck here.
remember when he tried to go after Jay-Z?
Exactly. Like you're going after lyricists that's better than you. The same thing when 50 Cent tried to do that shit. Like 50 know how to make big hit records, but he's not a lyricist. And him going after Jadakiss and the Locks and Nas, and I'm like, come on, 50. Stick
Even
to
50
what you do best. You make hit records.
even 50 was surprised by their pen game and shit. I'm just like, really?
Yeah, but he was never a lyricist though. He made big records. He's not a lyricist. There's a
Right.
difference.
All right. But yeah, that and to me that was like one of the best freshman lists and stuff like that. Because
Do I
the
gotta pull
freshman.
out Dreams and Nightmares? Do I gotta find this album and pull it out? Y'all, you can put some respect on Meek Mill. Meek
Hey,
Mill, come on, he's a lot better than Little Yachty and them motherfuckers.
I mean he's
If you had
trash
to
too.
take your pick, you listening to fucking Little Yachty?
I mean, honestly, they're both trash, but I'll go by Meek just for
You listening to
one or
Little
two.
Uzi Vert over Meek Mill? I'm not. Come on, man. Meek Mill, the Dream Chasers mixtapes. Come on, those are classic.
Shit. Anyway,
That's just my opinion. I feel like Meek Mill had some classic shit in the past.
I mean, I try to get. I can't, but I respect your opinion.
You every artist I've recommended you don't like. You don't like Justin Timberlake. You don't like Meek Mill. You don't. Who else? Who else that you didn't like that I recommended on here?
I mean, I've
Oh,
heard Timberlake
Billy
before
Ocean.
you even.
Billy Ocean. That's coming up next week. Billy Ocean. You don't like him?
Well, it's still in the air because I'm gonna actually hear the first album from him. I never heard an album from him, so
Okay.
that might change. It might not. But I've heard Justin Timberlake before.
And
I knew you were a fan of him, and I never liked him like that. Yeah,
oh, okay.
Future Sex, Love Sounds, I can get down with once in the blue moon, but everything else.
Wow. Blasphemy, Reg.
But Meek Mill, I just never.
One of the best pop solo artists ever.
Oh, well, shit. Give me Christina
Yeah, Young
Aguilera.
Christian's dope. What he got out though? He got a bunch of mixtapes. He ain't got no album. Just like PD Crack, just like all the State Property members, except for Freeway and Beans. They ain't never dropped the album. Meek Mill's actually got like 4 or 5 albums out.
Ronnie said, Reg don't like the JT. Ronnie, you keep mentioning that comment like that's supposed to phase me.
Right,
But
you
you
don't like
mentioned
Cool and the Gang out.
in other review and shit. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I don't. It's not like I dislike the JT
Thank
era.
you, Ronnie. I forgot about them. You don't like Cool and the Gang out with JT.
Like, give me like something special. Maybe the Ladies' Night album. I'm good with that. But everything else,
Wow.
hit or miss.
That's
Celebrate album, okay. Like the first 3 albums with JT, I'm good with that.
okay.
But anyway, but yeah, man, a double XL freshman, man. And I don't know what they doing with that shit now. Like Jack Harlow,
It's bad
Jack
now. Yeah.
Harlow with that fucking shit.
Terrible.
Pooh Shiesty. Come on, man.
No.
But anyway,
these are the people that you would listen to them over Meek Mill better than all of them.
wait. I was never a fan of Jack Harlow, and I was never a fan of Pooh Shiesty.
Overrated.
So let's not put words in my mouth. Let's not.
Overrated. Trust me.
Shit. But anyway, fast forward to 2011, that same year, he dropped his first album, Blue Slide Park. You know what I'm saying?
Classic.
And he made history with that. He was the first independently distributed debut album to top the Billboard 200 since the Dog Pound's Dog Food album from '95.
Made history.
Yeah.
Another classic album that niggas try to tell me wasn't classic. Like what?
Wait. Who said Dog Food wasn't classic?
Dog Food ain't a classic. Like what? I've been on live streams and I heard that, bro.
Are you serious?
I could tag you in that. I've been on live streams and niggas telling me that both to my face that they don't think Dog Food was a classic. What?
That was some.
That was even become a content creator if you say shit like that.
That was one of the best engineered rap albums of the decade.
I know that. Apparently, they didn't get the memo.
See, that's why I
on live streams when niggas say Das EFX Dead Series is not a Friday Night classic.
You want to laugh?
Like what?
I've been on live streams. Niggas said Third Base was whack.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard that before.
I'm looking at myself like, what? Third Base.
Those are people that are uninformed and they don't know what they're talking about. So, but they want to be content creators. You're already losing your fans by saying shit like
that. That's why I got an idea. Since De La Soul is coming to streaming services on March, let's do a De La month. But
let's go.
Not the first 4, because I've already talked about the shit from 89 to 96. I mean the latter albums.
Right.
Like the AOIs, the Grind Date, the unreleased album, I'm gonna throw that in there.
Anonymous.
Yeah, because man, so I especially want to talk about the Grind Date because I feel like that album gets so fucking slept on and shit. But let's get right back into the Mac Miller shit. So 2012, he dropped his mixtape Macadelic and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Then fast forward to 2013, he found his own record label called Remember Music, which he named it after like a friend that died and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Where that same year he had a reality show called Mac Miller and the Most Dope Family. I remember that reality show at that time.
I used to watch that. That shit was hilarious.
Shit. That was when I was kind of fading out reality TV. I was just like, anybody was just getting a reality TV show at that time and shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. That same year in 2013, he dropped his second album, Watching Movies with the Sound Off, and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which, I've heard some songs from this. Like I heard the single Watching Movies, which was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And then
Objects in the Mirror. That was like one of my favorite tracks on that album. The Pharrell joint, and he's like singing the whole song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was like my favorite joint. That and the Red Dot music, Action Bronson.
Yeah, man. That Action Bronson, man. He's another one that drops some dope shit.
Why do people think we play music on here?
It's all good.
This is a podcast, bro. I mean, we can't talk and play music at the same time.
Shit. Anyway. Niggas funny as hell. Anyway. So in 2014, his contract with Rostrum Records expired, and he pretty much released his 10th solo mixtape called Faces and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And it was also around that time he really started talking more about his drug usage. around that time too. You know what I'm saying? And that same year, in late 2014, he actually got a distribution deal with Remember Music, with Warner Brothers and stuff like that. And that's when he was working on this album called the Good AM album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, this is the album cover right here. Pretty cool album cover. Looks like he's fucking just waking up from
Waking
a
up.
nap, some shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Um, yeah, man. Pretty cool album cover. You know what I'm saying? This album, it got pretty much 17 tracks. You know how we always fucking do. Track number one, Doors. This was a pretty cool track right here. Nice way to kick off the album. This was produced by Tyler the Creator. You can tell because Tyler the Creator always has some of that smooth production,
Right.
especially around this time too when he was doing the fucking Goblin album. Not Goblin. The Wolf album and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which I feel like that's one of my favorite Tyler records he's ever came out with, in my opinion. I think that and Flower Boy might be my
Oh
favorite
yeah.
albums he came out with.
Definitely. Flower Boy was dope.
Yeah, niggas don't talk about Wolf though. Wolf
They
was
don't.
fucking
They
masterful.
they got we got to put some respect on Tyler shit too.
Oh yeah,
I'm a big fan of
man. We got
Odd Future and they stuff. So
we got some odd feature reviews on the deck. We got some on the deck and shit. Um, yeah, man. Believe it or not, this actually this and Break the Law actually Mac Miller's favorite songs on this album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it sets the
really,
whole tone of the album. Yeah. You know, this song has like a more trippy kind of like, how can I put this? Dreamy kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool song. Nice way to kick off the album.
I love it. It was real melodic. You had the melodic chords, the bass line. You got a woman saying, whispering "Good morning, baby," and I don't know why he called it Doors, but I think it was like the perfect intro to this album, and it set the tone for the album.
Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely set the tone of this album. Track number two, Brand Name. This was a pretty dope song right here too. You know what I'm saying? Um, with this song, he's talking about like his fucking drug habit, kicking off his drug habit and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? He talks about how much he sometimes feel like he feels like his core audience sometimes don't appreciate the fact that he be transforming and he doesn't want to talk about the same stuff all the time. He wants to get a bit more personal with his music and stuff too, which you kind of get that a lot. You know what I'm saying? The beat definitely sounds like some shit I can hear from Kanye and
Mhm.
stuff like that. It definitely like a Kanye kind of feel to it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Definitely a very dope track. One of my favorites off this album.
You got a clock timer going off at the start of the track, and the beat was fire. The bass line, you got a little saxophone play in it. It was real jazzy, real soulful. You got Elvana actually did the background vocals on here. Remember
Oh wow.
Elvana Refill when she dropped
Yeah.
that like a decade ago? She's on a couple tracks singing background vocals, and you got the pianos at the end, and he's saying, you don't want this life I live. You rather have the life of kids shooting dice with Jesus Christ, but 20 on the midnight. To everyone who sold me drugs, don't mix with that bullshit. I'm hoping not to join the 27 Club. And I found there's some of these lyrics
Oh,
on this album, prophetic because of his
saying.
eventual demise and you know him mentioning the 27 Club with Janis Joplin and Amy Winehouse and our boy Jimi Hendrix. And I'm like, well, if you felt this way, then what happened? What happened between Good AM and the last album? That, you know what I'm saying? Like why you do what you do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This it's a lot going on with this album. I just felt like a lot of his lyrics, when you listen to it, it's real pathetic on what happened later on.
Yeah, it does kind of have that foreshadowing kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um, yeah, man. Definitely kind of interesting in the way how you set it out and stuff like that too. You know what I'm
Kurt
saying?
Cobain. Wait, he was 27 when he died.
Yeah, he was 27.
Yeah, Kurt Cobain too. They add him to the list.
Wait, how old was Mac Miller? Let me look. I think he was like 26.
Right.
Let me look it up.
It's real.
Oh yeah,
All
he was
they
26. Oh
all
wow.
legends. All legends. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
27
shit.
is a bad number for musical artists.
Mm. Yeah, man. Track number three we got is Rush Hour. Pretty dope track right here. You know what I'm saying? Not only one of my favorites, but it's pretty cool. I liked how you was just talking about he kind of like had a reminiscent kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? He just looking in the future, questioning how he will be like if he gets old and rich and stuff like that too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Love the ad libs, especially, and I definitely love some of the double entendres that he was using. Like I love the line when he says, "Now it's rush hour, Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, yeah, $50 million. I stuck around the past 6 summers. Woo, the karma is a bitch, and that bitch don't love you. Yeah, we was in the attic, you
Yeah.
could smell the weed. I love that fucking line right there. Pretty dope track.
I love the chorus. I'm just trying to grow up old and rich, maybe get married to a local bitch. I be over shit. The world don't give a fuck about your loneliness. Love that, because right there, it's like, yo, you can tell like he was struggling with, he mentioned a lot on this album about being lonely and wanting to have a family with somebody, and the daily struggles of being a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is one of his most personal albums, and this track was dope. I love the fact that he also threw in the Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker reference, because the song is called Rush Hour, and I think that's a classic film, and the beat was fire. You got some dude talking at the end of the track. I don't know who the guy is, but this is a banger.
Definitely. All right, track number four, Two Matches, featuring Absol. This is actually my favorite track off the album, to be real with you.
Yeah,
This is actually one of the first Mac Miller songs, excuse me, one of the first Mac Miller songs I actually remember actually liking too, you know what I'm saying? Soundwave, he did the beat, pretty dope beat from Soundwave. He's actually one of my favorite producers in this day and age. Um, excuse me. It's actually a sequel song to the song that Mac Miller did on the Watching Movies with the Sound Off album called
right.
Matches and stuff like that too, which I gotta
Mm,
hear that track now and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
that was dope.
Yeah, they were definitely going back and forth with one another and stuff like that. I love this line when he says, like Martin Lawrence would say, "Get along without a day." She said, "Solo, you so crazy in the rage." I said, "I know." Roll that weed, nigga. Shake the asshole. Most dope, top dog off the lead, sound wave on the beat. Like they were just going in on this fucking track. Definitely my favorite
Yeah,
track off this album.
yeah. This was a dope ass collab. Ab Soul had one of the best albums of last year. Loved his album. He definitely killed it on this one. A dope, nice verse from him. The beat was fire. It was real jazzy. You had some horns on it. You had Max saying, "And as a child, I was curious. When mine was the dirtiest. Curse words was probably my first words. Affirmative. My home run derby shit was making a profit out the park. Even the brightest mind will hang around the dark." Loved it, man. This was definitely a dope ass collab, and I love the other collab they did on Watching Movies with the Sound Off as well.
Right. All right. Track number five, 100 Grandkids. Pretty good track right here too. So this is definitely another banger for track right here. You know what I'm saying? Flow wise, it's definitely a very nice track right here too. Um, well, this track right here is pretty much talking about his come up, trying to make sure he gets himself right before he starts making kids because his mom's all like, when he's gonna start making some kids and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, pretty dope track. The chorus, they pretty much flipped the song from Diddy to Bad Boys for Life,
Of
made
course.
it into a hook and stuff like that
We
too.
ain't
So
going nowhere because it's rap shit for life.
yeah,
That's basically how you flipped it into the chorus. You know, I love it. There is a video for this because I know he released 3 singles. He released this and Brand Name and Weekend with Miguel. And the video's hilarious. And they're like, there's like a bunch of kids in like an auditorium. They like doing like a school play, and they all dressed up. And he's like the moon. He's like in the face of the moon or whatever for the school
yeah,
play, and it was hilarious. But yeah, definitely a dope ass beat. and the beat changes up, like it changes up tempo. You know, it gets a little bit trappy. You know, I don't think he really needed the beat switch, but I think it was a dope ass track. You had Max saying, "I could sell snow to a ski slope. I could sell evil to the devil, non-believers to the temple. Shit, I could sell water to a speedboat." I love those lines from him, and you got like there's like a girl on the track asking him for money, and yeah, this was a banger. Definitely one of my favorites on the album.
All right, dope shit. All right, track number 6, Time Flies, featuring Lil B. You know what I'm saying? I've never really been the biggest Lil B fan like that. Gonna be real with y'all.
Thank God he wasn't rapping on here.
Yeah, he was just speaking and stuff. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's all he needed.
But yeah, this was actually a pretty good song right here. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good song. You know, just again another one of those songs just reflecting on his life and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So I like it.
You know, we used to have, in my generation, in my era, we used to have the littles that was actually great artists, like Kim and C's and Fame. Now these little littles that they have now, they're so garbage. You know what I'm saying? But thank God Little B was not rapping on here. He just was like talking some shit or whatever. But this was a dope ass track. The beat it kind of reminded me of a Neptune's beat with that warped sound. You know what I'm saying? But Matt killed it. He said all of my homies used to get on my case. Like, when you gonna kill him? As soon as I'm out of millions and my girl sprouts some children, but I've been murdering the game, almost out of victims. This food for thought usually enough to feed 1,000 pigeons. Love that verse. Definitely killed it. Little Bow Wow was not my generation. I'm talking about my generation, 90s. He was more 2000s.
Not a little Bow Wow.
Little Bow Wow. Are you really putting Little Bow Wow with the likes of Little Fame and Weezy? No, we're not doing that.
Anyway, um, next song is Weekend featuring Miguel. You know what I'm saying? Very chill track right here. This track right here is a vibe. If that, how you motherfuckers call it and shit like that, motherfucking vibe. Miguel, of course, doing his thing with the chorus. Yeah, Miguel was definitely hot at this time and shit like
He was. He did a lot of features. You know,
that. So,
it was good.
self-explanatory.
Bro.
You said what?
No, go ahead. My bad.
Nah, I said what I had to say.
I was saying, yeah, Miguel was on a lot of features at his time, and you know, I liked it. It was the beat was definitely for radio. You got some 808s in there and little saxophone play and Mac saying, "I've been having trouble sleeping, battling these demons, wondering what's the thing that keeps me breathing. Is it money, fame, or neither? I've been thinking about the places that I frequent, all the people that I see. I started living decent." See, that right there is what I'm talking about again. Like, he was battling his demons, just trying to have like a normal life and being a celebrity and questioning things, being reflective and that was dope. The video was cool too. It's not like nothing special. He's like out in Cali at nighttime. Got like a low rider in back of him, and he's rapping. I think Miguel is actually driving the low rider. It was cool.
Definitely. Track number 8, Clubhouse. Um, this track was okay. You know what I'm saying? Not really one of my favorites off this record.
Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Clubhouse was cool. I love his flow on the beat. I think Mac's flow was just dope, man. Like, he just had a dope ass flow. It wasn't nothing that was complex. It was very simple, but he just knew how to just spit rhymes. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about at the end of the day. And I like that. I think it was a nice 808 beat. He killed it.
Definitely. Next track, In the Bag. Love this fucking record right here. You know what I'm saying? This song also has vocals from Double Genesis, Juicy J, and Schoolboy Q. What I got from this is like how motherfuckers gotta do what they gotta do, stuff like that, to keep themselves afloat in this day and age. Um, the song was a bit trappy in some parts, but you know what? It's not as bad. It's not that bad, So
Right.
I definitely fuck with it.
Yeah, like what I liked about him was like he could do the trappy shit, or he could do the boom bap and still make it sound dope. You know what I'm saying? And he's done that in the past on different projects. And this had like more of a trappy sound to it. But Mac killed it. You know what I'm saying? And when he's on these type of tracks and the energy is up, and these are like those tracks you gotta bump loud. And he did his thing. Then you got like his friend at the end of the song, his friend talking about how he got pulled over by the cops because the cops smelled weed on him and shit. And he's like, damn right, I got pulled over for weed because I was smoking. That's so that's why they pulled him over. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't understand that part of the track. I don't know why that was on it, but the track itself was dope.
Yeah, definitely a dope track. Next song is Break the Law. This is again another dope track right here. This is another one of Mac Miller's favorite tracks, Next to Doors. It's pretty much one of those political kind of songs, radical kind of songs like he was trying to do for this record. I fuck with it.
Mac sounded like he was freestyling on this. You know what I'm saying? Like he was always a dope freestyler, and the beat was fire. He even sang on the chorus. I love the line where he said, the best thing out of Pittsburgh since Clemente with the Pirates." Love that reference to Roberto Clemente, a baseball legend. Back when the Pirates were actually good. His verse, he said, "I'm drinking whiskey out the bottle till I black out. 1 million, 2 million, shit, I'm losing track now. Coming to you live inside the crack house. Started with a dub and then I made it to a half ounce. Fire. Solid record."
Yeah, definitely a very solid record. All right, next song is Perfect Circle, Godspeed. This is a kind of like a two songs in one. Very, very dope track right here. I'm more of a fan of the Godspeed segment of the track. You know what I'm saying? With the song Perfect Circle, you know what I'm saying? It's talking about his goals in the rap game, and being in the rap game for like competition and whatnot and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that was a pretty nice track, but it wasn't until he got like a little deeper with the Godspeed part. You know what I'm saying? Where he's just talking
Mhm.
more about excuse me, talking more about his drug addictions and stuff like that. Going through like a lot of dark tribulations and stuff. Too when it comes to battling his addiction.
Right.
Definitely, like I said, I love the Godspeed portion. I feel like the beat was also a bit better too on that part too. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
um, pretty dope track. I love it.
I don't think they should have been bunched together on one track. I think they should have been two separate tracks. You know what I'm saying? Perfect Circle was dope. I love the pianos on it, the background vocals. You got a girl on there, a girl that kept saying "fuck you" on the track, and there's some dude talking in Jamaican. And then when you get the Godspeed, it was like it was like a guy, leaving a voicemail on Mac's phone in the beginning of it, and Mac was talking about being on drugs and manning up and admitting that he has a drug problem and going to rehab for it. And I think those two should have been two separate tracks instead of just like a double track on one. But it was dope. I liked it.
Understandable. Track number 10, 12, excuse me, One in Rome. Again, another pretty cool track right here, stuff too. Another trappy kind of song and stuff like that too. Just a pretty like chill kind of song, kind of like a
Right.
frivolous. You heard it saying "When in Rome, do as the Romans do." You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Kind of that kind of ordeal. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
like it.
It was again like Mac. Mac can do the trappy joints. He can do the ratchet joints and still make it sound good. And I thought it was a dope track. And the 808s on here was fire. The bass line, it was dope.
Yeah, very dope indeed. Alrighty. Next track we got is Track number 13, RS. That's an abbreviation for Rain or Shine. This was actually from what I looked up about his girlfriend, Nomi Leisure, and stuff like that, too. You know what I'm saying? And they were dating in high school and they were seeing each other, but then they kind of was drifting apart from one another, and they didn't separate until like 2016,
Right.
like a year after this album had came out and
Mhm.
shit too. So yeah, this track was okay. You know what I'm saying? Kind of has like a very romantic kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when he gets in this vulnerable state, I definitely like it in some songs and
Mhm.
stuff. So yeah, I like it.
And that's what it's about. Like artists showing their full potential and showing all sides of their all sides of them. You know what I'm saying? Like not being ashamed to show their vulnerable side or to show that they have a heart. There's many artists that have done it. That's why I love Tupac so much, because Tupac showed all his different sides. Whether he was angry, whether he was sad, whether he was if he was in love, if he just wanted some ass, he showed you different sides to himself. A lot of artists can't do that today because they want to they want to keep that dope boy image or whatever. But Mac was just an artist that showed all his sides, and he wasn't
Right.
afraid to show when he needed help, and even talked about it on this album. And this is a love joint, like what I'm saying. And he's done love joints in the past. I'm saying, this is a love joint. I love the background vocals for it. The beat was fire, the bass line. You got Mike Max saying, "My heart skipped the beat like a scratch CD. Your skin smell like butterscotch. It's like kiwi. Let's take a plane to Fiji. Make a date. Let's take it easy." I loved it. I thought it was a nice little love song.
Cool, cool. Next track is Cut the Check. This features Chief Keef. You know what I'm saying? Love this fucking track and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, I actually do fuck with Chief Keef. Some tracks from
Mm.
him.
You like Chief Keef, but you don't like Meek Mills, huh?
Yeah, I like Chief
Mm.
Keef. I don't like
Mm.
me. Yes.
So you would do a Chief Keef album review, but not Meek Mill.
I mean, if I do a Meek Mill album review, like I said, if I do a review on an artist, I'm gonna be fucking honest. But Meek Mill is not on my radar at the moment. You know what I'm
But
saying?
Chief Keef is right. Chief Keef
You know
is.
how you know how many rappers bit from Chief Keef?
What does that mean?
I'm just saying, niggas trying to rap like Chief
What,
Keef around this time and
who
stuff
trying to
like
rap
that.
like Chief Keef that we
All
actually
these
like?
motherfucking drill rappers
No,
that
I'm,
came
I'm
out
talking. No,
after.
I'm talking about artists that we actually like, not people that just do bullshit. We talking about people that we actually listen to.
I'm just saying.
Because I
I
can't
mean,
name one that I listen to that raps like Chief Keef.
Meek
Nobody
Mill.
from Griselda do. Not Rock Marcy.
Well, thank God.
Not Rome Streets. So it's not
Meek,
anybody that we
Meek,
listen to.
Meek sometimes do.
I don't think Meek sound like Chief Keef at all.
Some shit.
No, at all. Because I can actually understand what Meek Mill is saying.
You can.
Yeah.
I used to pray for thoughts like this, to rap like this. Like, come on, man. I can't.
Yeah, but I can understand what he might be screaming, but I can understand what he's saying though.
She be saying some real shit too, man.
Oh, come on. What's the last great album he had out? What's the last time when the last time he put on anything?
Shit, I haven't heard a
You
lot
don't
of
know,
recent.
right?
I haven't heard a lot of recent shit from him before I listen to. I fuck.
Exactly. Exactly.
But I would say before I listen to,
You
I
know, you
fuck
know what
with
they
him.
call that, Reg, right? One hit wonder.
He ain't no one hit wonder.
All right.
Shit, don't be surprised when I want to talk about Chief one day.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you do it because I'm not participating in that conversation.
Shit.
I'm gonna be on here. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm gonna be eating dinner when you talk about Chief Keef.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I have a limit. There's a limit to my discussions when it comes to the artists like that, Chief Keef, and you know the some of those artists that you like.
Shit. Anyway, but yeah, this song right here is pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, it was dope. It was trappy. It had a nice beat.
So it was traffic. Got you. All right. Track number 15, a session. Love this fucking track right here, man. Love the fucking beat. It definitely had one of those like dreamy kind of dreamy kind of ordeals and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? ID Labs did this beat right here. You know, Mac did his thing on this one too. You know, I love this flow and rhyme scheme. I love the line when he says, "About a kid having asthma attacks because he panicked every single time he sent him the glasses. Every Wonderland having Alice. But I'm a king god. Can I have a chalice?" Like, oof, like fucking fire ass fucking shit.
I feel like this is like one of the darkest tracks on the album. You know,
Yes.
it was melodic. You had the beat was nice. You had pianos on it. Mac singing the chorus, but like the when you like listen to the lyrics, and he's saying, to look in my parents' eyes, see I'm scared to die. My eyes the same color as a cherry pie. Whoa, see I'm terrified. Crucifix heavy. Who gonna carry mine? Yeah, what's with all this talk about hell and Satan and sleep deprivation? If this is planet Earth, then my hell's a basement. Like this is dark. Like his, what I'm saying. Like I said, I think his demise started with this album. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when he really got deeper into how he was feeling, within and struggling as a celebrity and just trying to have a normal life. And when you're a celebrity, it's never gonna be normal. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be when you go to. I used to hear stories about when Justin Bieber tried to go to the mall just to shop, and they have a whole mob of kids around him. So it's like when you're like a huge celebrity, no matter what it is that you're doing, music or sports or movies, it's never gonna be a normal life again. You know what I'm saying? And I could imagine like if you're trying to go to the bodega store, the corner store just to get some chips, and you got a whole mob of people around you, that's gonna get irritating after a while. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna get like you're gonna start feeling some type of way. Like, damn, I can't even go out to get a loaf of bread from the supermarket because I got a mob of fans around me. And I think this is a while a lot of artists escape into drugs and liquor, and they just want that privacy. You know what I'm saying? Even as content creators, when I fucking log into Instagram, I don't want people bombarding me with phone calls and video chat messages and I want to just let me chill. You know what I'm saying? Let me just do my thing and I'll get back to you. You don't have to fucking hit me up on video chat as soon as you see me log on. It's annoying. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want my
Yeah.
fucking privacy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not open with everything that I do. I don't post everything that I have and shit like that. Where I'm going because that's not nobody's business. That's my shit.
I don't blame you.
And they don't. I don't think people understand that. They as a content creator, they want to know everything about you. It's like I'm not ready yet to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I still like my normal privacy in my life outside of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I could imagine what Mac Miller was going through. That's 10 times. That's tenfold. You know what I'm saying? For his celebrity and having a reality show at that time on MTV and going multi-platinum and shit. It's like he wanted to escape. You know what I'm saying? And I truly could understand how he felt. You know what I'm saying? I've lost a lot of I've lost family members and friends from suicide, and it's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? And to anybody that went through that had loved ones or friends that died from suicide, they know how it feels. Like it's some real shit, and you don't know because it's like if they're not coming to you personally with their issues, you don't know until it's too late. You know what I'm saying? And this was a dark ass track. Like you know what I'm saying? Like this to me it was like one of his darkest ever. And I felt for him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a great artist. He was a great person. You didn't hear about him in no beefs and scandals and shit. He was just all about the music and having fun. And it's a shame that we lost him.
Facts. Yeah, that's a very dope way of putting it and shit. By the way, I'm gonna send you. I just sent you a text message. By the way.
Yeah.
All right. Track number 16, Jump. Pretty dope track right here and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, just one of those kind of fucking. I want to be free kind of tracks right here and stuff too. So I like it.
Yeah, this was dope. The beat The bass line, it was uplifting, but then it was like it was still dark too. And he's like talking
Mhm.
about, he's saying like, I wonder if I jump to see if I can fly. And many people have done like yo, like I said, like I went to school with a friend of mine from first grade. He graduated with me in junior high, and he took his life by jumping off a rooftop. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? Like right before the pandemic started, and to get that call from friends of mine, and to hear that somebody that you went to school with, that you graduated with, take their own life because they wanted to fly off a rooftop. That's some shit. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's like, you don't know what's really going on in somebody's life until like, unless they come to you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like you gotta ask them like, yo, like, you good? Like, what's going on with you? You good? You know what I'm saying? It's like I tell you all the time, Rez, like, yo, me and you talk every day. It's like I always tell you, if you whenever you want to talk to me, you got my number. That's how
Right.
real it is. Like we friends. It's like this beyond this internet shit, like we friends. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what it is to lose family members and to lose friends because they had shit going on in their life. And if I always say, it's like, if you need somebody to talk to me. If you can't talk to nobody else, talk to me. That's how I feel about it. So if I consider you a friend and you the homie, my phone is always open. You know what I'm saying? And I just this is another dark track, and even though the melody sounds uplifting, but what he's saying on the song is very dark, and you can tell he was coping with whatever demons he was going through in his personal life.
Dope, dope. All right, and the last track off this album, The Festival, featuring Little Dragon. Nice way to end off this fucking album, in my personal opinion, and stuff like that. What I think he means by the festival and stuff like that would be like, his personification of heaven. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like his utopia, if that makes sense and shit. Um, yeah, this was a pretty heavy track and stuff too, you know what I'm saying? That's where to end up this record. I like it.
I like Little Dragon. I discovered it. Yo, you know what? Actually, when I saw them on NPR on the Tiny Desk years ago, I actually discovered their music then. I think it might have been like 2016, 2017. And they do like more like alternative music, more like dance, trippy type of music. And they were dope. They was dope. They had them on this song with Mac, and the melody was real melodic, and you got like this, like some guitars in it, some synthesizers, and then you got some Colombian dude at the end of the song that's just talking about how good the album is, and I thought that was hilarious. But this song was dope.
Yeah, very dope. All right. And this is that's the end of this. Overall, this is actually a very dope album. I loved every minute of it, you know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like today this might be his most personal album to date as of now because I haven't heard everything he came out with. You know what I'm saying? Production wise, definitely ranged from like being depressing to being kind of like had a very dreamy kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Very, 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 very dope record. I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5.
I think this is an album of highs and lows, of many, moods by the artist, and whether he was happy or he was sad, he was contemplative, he was careless, he was reflective. But it was definitely a personal album of his, and Mac talked a lot about his drug problem and feeling depressed, and trying to cope with being a celebrity, and having the fame, and wanting kids, and loneliness, and I thought it was well produced. It was well produced. He didn't have a shitload of features on every track, and definitely one of his most personal albums. Um, I think Swimming in Circles is like real personal as well. Those were personal albums for him, and you know, um, Rush Hour, Brand New, 100 Grandkids, Two Matches, Ascension. All of those songs were great. I'm gonna give it 4.5. but it's definitely like if you want to it's definitely one of his most personal albums. Like I said, like this one, Swimming in Circles. Um, yeah, definitely. This man was great. You know what I'm saying? He left us with a lot of great music, and uh, even in the videos, like if you look at brand name, like he looks kind of depressed in that video also. Like it doesn't like his facial expressions. He looks like he didn't even want to be there. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
People are no stranger.
he's a legend. So rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Yes, yes. All right. Well, I'm about to actually end this video off right here because I got a lot of things to do tonight. Working on some music, getting some shit ready for the podcast. So, got a few announcements I want to make. So this Tuesday, we're gonna do MC Lights with her fifth studio album, "Bad as I Wanna Be." You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, it's the album. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for that one. We got a couple good albums we're gonna do this week.
Yes.
Well, I know this Thursday we're gonna do Billy Ocean with the Suddenly album. Mike is gonna join us for that one. You know what I'm saying?
Suddenly. I want to hear what BJ got to say about Billy Ocean. Because you bringing up Big Sean. What you gonna think about Billy Ocean? You gonna bring up somebody that can't fucking sing?
Shit. And I know Wednesday we're gonna do Otis Redding with the Otis Blue album. BJ said he was gonna come up there for that one and shit too. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That one's gonna be at 8 o'clock on Wednesday. The MC Light's gonna be midnight Tuesday and stuff like that too. So yeah, really big albums I want to talk about. Just doing some shit before I go on break. You know how that shit goes. So yes, yes. Appreciate this try as usual.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all have a good night. Peace.
Peace.